Pork is the most widely consumed meat in the world, yet for thousands of years, Jewish law has strictly prohibited it. Was this an early primitive health code, a cultural quirk, or something much deeper? The origin of this dietary restriction sits right in the text of the Hebrew Bible, specifically within the books of Leviticus and Deuteronomy. If you read these passages, you won't find any medical reasoning. The text lays out a strict divine legal framework. To understand why the pig is outlawed, we can't look to modern science. We have to look at the mechanics of the ancient code itself. This animated checklist shows the exact biological requirements for a land animal to be considered kosher. It must chew the cud and have split hooves. Cows and sheep pass easily. The pig possesses split hooves, but fails because it does not chew the cud. Later rabbinic traditions saw a powerful symbolism in this specific biological failure. Because the pig has split hooves, it projects an outward appearance of being permitted, while its internal digestion tells a different story. Because of this biological near miss, the pig became the defining cultural symbol of a creature that falls short of the divine standard. Today, people often try to rationalize this ancient law through the hygiene hypothesis. The assumption is that ancient communities banned pork to avoid trichinosis or desert parasites. The biblical text does not support that theory. The Torah ignores dozens of highly unhygienic practices without banning them. The ancient Israelites did not possess germ theory. Across the complex purity laws, the text only cites one specific flaking skin condition, often mistranslated as leprosy, as a source of ritual impurity. We tend to project our modern fixation on physical health onto ancient texts that were actually focused entirely on spiritual purity. The text presents an ideological framework rather than a medical health code. The explicit reason given by God in Leviticus is stated clearly, "You shall be holy, for I am holy." In these priestly texts, the Hebrew word for holiness, kadosh, translates directly to separation. It means setting boundaries and drawing distinct lines. When you drastically limit the available menu, you force a state of constant daily mindfulness onto the believer. Every meal requires conscious thought. This practice connects to the concept of imitatio Dei, imitating God. God separates the holy from the profane, and humans are tasked with separating the permitted from the forbidden. Eating is elevated from a basic biological need for fuel into a deliberate act of spiritual obedience. These daily dietary choices frame the dinner table as a space for spiritual focus. This method of separation influenced the broader region. Islam later adopted a similarly strict prohibition against consuming pork. Early Christianity made the exact opposite historical choice. To spread its message globally, the early church deliberately dropped the strict Jewish dietary laws. Instead, they adopted the Noahide laws. This was a broader set of moral rules that allowed new Gentile converts to keep eating pork. Dropping the dietary restrictions allowed Christianity to expand rapidly across geographic borders. Keeping the dietary restrictions allowed Judaism to maintain its cultural borders. The inability to easily share a meal with a non-Jewish neighbor creates a hard social boundary. It actively prevents assimilation into the surrounding culture. Through centuries of diaspora and intense pressure to conform, adhering to these rules became a primary marker of identity. This ancient covenant, forged in the desert, structures modern daily life and commerce, a continuous link back to Mount Sinai. Choosing to avoid pork provides a persistent thread of faith, survival, and peoplehood, because sometimes what a group of people refuses to eat reveals exactly who they are.